If you don't have an answer, that's fine, but I'm very curious to know from each one of you what your personal favorite kill is from your movie. If you have it.
I had one that didn't show up until just a couple of years ago where I killed Dr. Death. And when I get out of the river and I'm on the slab for a year, and he does the tattoo on me, you know, which is eternal life or whatever. But on Halloween, above me was this rock with a point on it, right? And it was moving. And when I come back to life, the rock stopped. And he comes over to me, I grab him by the throat, pick him up, break his back, throw him on the altar, and I put the rock through his chest. That was kind of favorite. They just now put it back in, that I've heard. I haven't seen it. Back up.
Don't show that thing in front of me. Everybody knows what my favorite scene was, right? The hot tub scene. No, not me. I never saw those. I never saw them. She had her back to me all the time. I mean, the whole time. And when I finally got to see the film, I said, oh my God, those are beautiful. They were.
I think Dick Warlock with the D in Dirty Old Man.
I actually have, as far as kills go, there's kind of two for me, because in 2018, there's the window kill. And if I were going to kill somebody, that's exactly the way I'd do it. Quietly, efficiently, get in, get out, get it done, and just make her pay a little bit along the way. But the Cameron kill, the snapping of the neck on the stairs, that was so gratifying. That little son of a bitch deserved it. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'd have to say that I got two also. The nurse kill in H2, but also Big Joe Grizzly.
Well, I think it was rather unusual, but to be able to kill somebody with a shotgun, impaling him in the door, that was significant.
I think for me was the Cory Cunningham's mother kill. That was on the extended release, and there's a much longer version of that. And I got to throw our double through a cabinet full of porcelain knickknacks and stand over her body as she pled for her son not to know what just happened, and little did she know that it was her son who did it. That was a super, super intense and beautiful scene, the way that our DP shot it with David. Michael's a genius, and him and David just got in there and made it so artistic. So I think that's on the extras. I love that kill so much, but there's even a more extended, more beautiful version of that as well that I would love to see one day.
I didn't technically get to kill anybody. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but I appreciate you allowing me to sit here with you even though I haven't killed anybody. But designing the kills on kills, I was going to say the same thing. The Cameron death, that whole sequence is so, I enjoyed doing that with you, Jim, and it's so emotionally impactful because you have Allison there witnessing every moment of the gruesome nature of it, so it magnifies the power of the whole thing. So I would say the Cameron kill as well.
For me, I think the favorite kill was Adam, when I stab him and lift him up. And it's probably not for the reasons you would think, although it was a nice scene with him twitching in the air. Really, the scene had nothing to do with him. And that's why I liked it. He was an incidental kill, and the entire time I was looking at Jamie. And it was all to get in her head and just mess with her. So that probably was the most impactful.
Well, we talked about the Loree Strode death, but I have to say that one, of course, because it's so unique. And but if I had to pick a second one, I would tell you that the chopping of Katie Sackhoff's head at the top of the stairs, and I just thought it looked so realistic. when I watched the film, it just kind of freaked me out. Plus, I love Katie, and but I would say that'd be my favorite kill.
My personal favorite was impaling the father in the basement and into the electrical box and his head exploding. And then my second one was in the barn, impaling her on the farm machine. If you remember that, it was actually a scene where I put my hands up. It was almost like a moment of compassion, and then I pushed her onto the machine and then turned it on. Chewed her up.
I didn't do any kills. James did all that brilliant work. So.
Doug, I'm sorry, I missed you before, and I'm sorry, I apologize. I did want to ask about one of your earliest, if not your first, was stunts on Freddy vs. Jason, correct?
Yes.
So what was it like to come back all these years later and do another Masked Man? You did up with Jason, right?
I did the ending. I ended the movie as Jason and Freddy vs. Jason. It was... I was a huge Halloween fan and huge Freddy Krueger fan, so working with Robert Englund was pretty unbelievable for me as a young guy. And there was a movie in 2015, Halloween Returns, that I was up for, and it never got made. So the fact that Airon called me to double James was pretty thrilling to finally put that mask on, even if it was only for one quick moment. But it was great watching James on set, because I feel like he really took the character up to a whole nother level, and watching him work was pretty amazing. It was incredible.
I've got to say, Doug saved my ass twice, all right? First of all, that jump off the SUV, when Airon and I were rehearsing in the soundstage, Aaron's like, look, we're going to double you off this. I jumped off once just to show him I could do it. And I also in my head went, yeah, I'm not doing this, So Doug, because Doug, this is what a good stunt double does, is they're there for the moments when you really need somebody to take the bruise or the hit or the broken bone or the concussion. And speaking of concussions, in stunt fighting, you go hard to the body because the camera needs to see the physicality of physical fighting. But to the head, you never hit somebody in the head. You can be 10 feet away, swing your fist, guy snaps his head, looks like you just knocked the crap out of him, but you haven't even touched him. It's all about how you sell the fight to the head. But David wanted to see what would happen if that bag of bricks, the rubber bricks, which were heavy, was how it, and Airon explained to him, no, it doesn't work that way. David came to me, I said, no, it doesn't work that way, David, but he wanted to see it. So Airon and I stepped out to the side. Now my sparring partner in college was a 285-pound super heavyweight that Joe Frazier picked up. So I know what a big punch feels like, right? Airon very deftly clipped the top of my head, and it was like, ooh, that was a big punch. And Airon right away goes, nope, you're not doing it. So Doug was so respectful when he came out. He's like, look, I don't want to take anything away from you. I don't want to take credit for anything. I'm just glad to be here. Anything I can do to serve, which is the attitude you want from your stunt double, which is the attitude everybody wants on a movie set. So they call Doug out to take the hit with the bag, and it's not going to work, but David wanted to see it. And Doug's walking out, and he's going, hey man, very respectfully, I'm just, and I'm like, oh bro, don't worry about it, man. Have fun. and Doug told me, and I watched it, and it's like, whoa, she wound up, hit Doug in the side of the head, and his knees buckled, and I went, dude, you just earned your pay today. and Doug told me, it's like, dude, she knocked the crap out of you, didn't she, bro?